We're gonna see just how well I perform. If my performance is up to par. Now, if you've never joined me on a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes GAC, then the first thing that you need to know is I show you what not to do. My goal here, guys, tonight is just to have fun and talk Star Wars. So if you're here to join me for that, great. I encourage it. Drop a comment in the section. I am streaming on 3 different platforms as usual: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So if I'm talking about something, I'll read it here in the chats, and then I'll, discuss. I'll open it up to you guys. But as always, guys, I'm a collector. I love playing this game. I don't claim to be good. I just claim to be able to have experience and have a lot of fun. I love Star Wars. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going up against Darth Gillis. Let's go! SLKR. Now, right off the bat, guys, I'm a little nervous. Freaking Jedi Master Luke. 6 relics. He's also got Rey. So, I mean, I could have done the research in SWGOH and like looked at who this guy is. I didn't. But with this though, I mean, he's got Rey, which means he's got a killer first order team. He's got all the characters for Luke. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what his team looks like. So let's, Sam Winchester, how are you, sir? This is his offense, or this is his defense. He's got Old Republic up front. We do have this. Now, I do know that this kicked my butt once, or a team like this. So I am a little nervous, a little hesitant, but it is what it is. And then we got Anakin and Padme, the Geonosis duo. We got some Night Sisters down here, which that's not a terrible team to play against. We do have Rey. Wunderbar. Great. So he put his 2 Galactic Legends right up front. Jerk. But it is what it is. A lot of these other teams I'm not super worried about. It's just those 2 killers. Now, if you saw my last live stream, you know that I put just junk and garbage up front, and that's probably what I should have done again. But I don't know. I kind of want to save that for round 3. I didn't want to give this guy a perfect win right off the bat. I'm going to be a little competitive, just a little bit. So I put okay teams. Now, I may regret this, because I may need all of these teams later on, right? I may have to go, like, full roster at them. But this is my defense. I did get contacted by another guy in the event. He noticed that I stream and reached out to me and was like, hey, we're gonna, if you're interested, I'll record my streams if we go up against each other. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So and if we don't, even if we do, good luck to him. Pew cubed, which is, I feel like that's probably a dirty pun. I just can't figure it out though. It's too late. So let's go ahead and go up against Old Republic. Old Republic, all we use is this guy. Just one. That's all we need. Angry Kylo does not like old people. As we see how he treated his father. And it's one of those things where it's just, he doesn't like the old guys, and so he does pretty well against this team. Yep, see right there, he just takes out, what's his face, and he's just a killer job. For new players, that are out there, I gotta say, Kylo, like, this Kylo specifically, totally worth it. I mean, I don't know if I'd go full First Order right off the bat, or even first 6 months maybe. I mean, but I'd get Kylo pretty quickly. He's pretty good in what do you call that? He's pretty good in the Rancor, if I remember correctly, and then he's pretty solid too when it comes to the HAT, right? So, I mean, and eventually, you know, you've got what we've been seeing with the Sith raid. So, I mean, with First Order, and that's not this Kylo, that's the other Kylo, but you'll need this Kylo to do that. So, it all comes out sixes, I guess. Let's see. Oh, Night Sisters. Who would be a good Night Sister, anti-Night Sister team that won't kill me, or that I won't need to use later on? So Jill is on YouTube, asks, what do I think about the Old Republic rumors going around right now in the Star Wars open world game by Ubisoft? Can I say, so first off, the second part of that question, yes, so very yes. I've always wanted to get into games like Skyrim and I love playing Star Wars The Old Republic. It's a lot of fun. But to me, Star Wars The Old Republic is too open world. There's too much going on. I do, and I don't know. I don't like the MMO aspect. I mean, it's fun. It definitely has its moments. But typically I'm an individual player, and so it's hard sometimes to find a group of players that go with you, a group of like really close friends. And I feel like it's the friend aspect, the social aspect, that makes gamers or games like MMOs so great. And a lot of my friends matured. I don't know if that's the right word to say to this audience, but like, they don't play as many games like that, or they don't have time, because I mean, they grew up, they have families, they have other responsibilities, and it's just something. And so a game like an open world that's not MMO excites me in a way that I haven't been excited for a game in a long time. Ubisoft has done some great work, and so really excited to see what they do. With this team, I'm actually going to go Rebels. Go with my CLS. But like, I'm excited. Like, I'm really stoked. And there's a level of happiness that comes to know that it's not about being anti-EA. Like, to be honest, EA's done some great things in the past. That's not always the case, you know. I think part of the success of this game, and again, not to bash CG, that's not what I'm about. But part of the success of this game is this is the only Star Wars game like this, right? So it's a mobile game. It's fun. I enjoy it, but because there's not a lot of competition against this, it's one of those things that people, if you want to play a Star Wars game, it's this, Star Wars Mobile. There were some other ones they just didn't pick up. This was the one that won out. And so I like that they're doing other things with it, right? So I love that they're opening it up to other games, because I do feel that what that will do is it'll step up competition for Capital Games. They're going to need to make sure to bring their A game, right? Because all of a sudden there's going to be competition, not just mobily, not just via mobile, but via all these other. Peacock Falcon joins me over on Twitch. Welcome, my friend. But again, like, because there's gonna be more competition, these games, they're going to have to make sure that the work they put in is par. Like, is not just par, but like awesome. And there's a lot of stuff that needs to be going into it. So that's where I'm thinking, right? And so I'm excited to see what Ubisoft can do with this. That's my excitement. The Old Republic. Oh, you can't send me bits? That's totally fine though, man. That's good. The Old Republic, and what are you talking about? Like Old Republic 3? Is that what the rumor that we're going around about, or were you talking about the kind of infighting at not Capital Games, at Star Wars that's being rumored about the High Republic? So, good question. I don't know. Old Republic 3 sounds awesome, and I would love to see it. But I don't know. I will say, as far as the High Republic books go, I haven't read the comics yet. That's coming. But the Old Republic books, I think they're getting a lot more crap than they deserve, to be completely honest. I've read the 2 books. There's a 3rd book coming out the 1st of February, like the 5th, I think. The first week of February, so sometime next week. And I really do. I think they're getting a lot more crap than they deserve. But maybe Friday of next week? I don't know. But I've heard the Old Republic 3 would be tight. To see where they go canonically would be really, really interesting, right? All right. Sidetracked here. Let's go up here. Let's go with Rey. I'm gonna make Rey feel bad about herself for a little bit. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I'm not gonna use my Ewoks. Tuskens may not be good enough. Let's get. I feel like that she's gonna kill him in one blow, and that's gonna. Right? It's my bait. Yeah, that. Oh, Rey. How do you feel bad? Okay, yeah, so they weren't powerful enough. So let's do this. If she wants to defeat all the Jedi, she has to defeat all the Jedi. Oh, you butt nugget. So close. So close. No, but as far as Old Republic 3 goes, they say there's a curse of the Old Republic 3. Because they've tried to bring it back. They tried to bring it back a couple of times, and it's died. And so they're like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's cursed. It's cursed. I don't know. Like, yeah. Now Darth Gillis on YouTube brings up a good point. Like, he says that, he thinks that the High Republic's catching a lot of heat because Kathleen Kennedy's tied to it. And a lot of people really feel that she alienated a lot of fans, and that it is only for one group. And he continues, he says that he won't judge it until he sees the content. I will say, I read the middle grade book because I wanted to get it for my classroom, and I did. Totally worth it. It's a simple Star Wars story. Like the middle grade Test of Courage, I believe it's called. It's fine. Like, it's a great entry level for kids who are like middle school or even younger. It's not the greatest Star Wars story ever, but it's a fun story. Like, it really is a fun story, and it's got connections to current Star Wars canon, like Star Wars Rebels, characters that we've come to grow, or at least in the comics, that we've come to grow and enjoy. But I don't know. Should I go? All right, so So now that I'm thinking about this, my problem is I've thrown in like 2 teams, and I'm currently I've given her a lot of turn meter. That's no bueno. Let's do this. Let's come down to these guys and go. I don't know. Probably not Night Sisters. Let's go First Order. Oh no. That's right. I put my First Order on defense, or most of them on defense. Let's come here and do. This. No crap. All right. Let's just focus on this for now. Kylo. What do you guys think? Give me some. Really? It doesn't give you the option to do bits. I wonder if that's the. Let me jump over real quick. Weird. You know, it's strange though. The last time I was live streaming, I went over to as I was doing it, like the cast just shut off, right? Like it just died on me, and I was like, "What is going on, man?" And so like I had to continue on. I believe it was Twitch, and so like it was super weird. Yeah, like I don't know what was going on. Array channel. All right. I don't know, man. I mean, I appreciate the gesture, but I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, it was just really weird, and I don't know why. Like I have no idea as to why. Okay. Let's do. I don't want to use. Hey, let's come back up here. Let's whittle some more down. Let's come here. Night Sisters. Who are my good Night Sister, anti-Night Sister ladies? And they're not going to come back either. So that's. So I need an AOE. I think my 501st might actually be pretty good here. Like Tano shows my rednecky side. Let's see, Tano is probably. Yeah, let's do this. I am feeling better, thank you. No more Rona sniffles. I'm, you know, family's doing good. I was, you know, like we're good. We're gravy. My wife still got a little bit of a congestion, but not a ton. You know, and my kids, for the most part, my kids are fine. They're, you know, I've got 2 little girls, so I've got 2 little drama queens. And they are queens. They rule my life. I was gonna stream earlier, but you know I had putting the cheerings down and stuff, being a dad, which is I gotta say like the greatest thing. I'm blessed. I got some great kids, but yeah, we're doing well. Thanks for asking. Okay. Worried about that's what I was worried about, him going down. But now if I can get Echo to take out what's her face, come on brother, do some killing. Oh no, I lost Echo. That's who I lost. Ah! Uh-oh. Okay, so this was not an effective team choice. But it is what it is. Oh, nice. Where are you located, Dark Gillis? It's been snowing in my area. Not... At least I haven't seen it. Like... Well, thanks, Peacock, over on... I'll try to get it figured out next time. You have a great night, brother. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna come down here. Let's focus back on Northern Virginia. Well, that's cool, man. I've never been to that part of the U.S. I'm going to Tennessee this summer. Oh, I'm taking my kids to Dollywood. It's like family reunion, and while we're out there, Dollywood. Super excited, man. Dollywood apparently is like as big as Disneyland, right? And there's a ton of jokes that can be made about that because it's Dolly Parton, right? I don't know. Anyways, I'll leave those to your imagination. I'm gonna go in. Yeah, I'm like super excited. I'm super excited. What is it like first? Let's see. And Thrawn, is that the other one? I need someone to like Tanky McTankerson. I'm not picking him. Like, I'm really excited for it, to be honest. This summer's crazy. Like, we're traveling all over the place. Hopping on the wagon. I'm just kidding. We're not taking the wagon. Actually, for most of our trips, we are. Like, I'm located in Utah, and so a lot of our trips are just, like, camping and whatnot. And so, it'll be fun. Low-key. What was I doing? First order. Golly. Thrawn, I feel like this is wrong. Problem is I don't have a good tank. Call there. Smithfield chicken and barbecue. I do love barbecue, man. Like, I absolutely do. It's, oh, guys, I gotta tell you. Like, one of the greatest joys in life is cooking meat. And so I was watching this. I found this guy on YouTube a couple of weeks ago. Like, just randomly. And it was, oh, you butthole. Just randomly found him. And, it's Guga Foods is his name. Or the channel, and he's got like this. He does these random like barbecue or grilling tests, and he talked about salting meats, and I was like, all right, I'll try some salted meats. And he has this like this salted meat dry rub, or not dry rub, but like a dry brine. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try it out, right? I'm going to try out this dry brine and see. I've never done it before. I've tried to age meats before in the past, and it was interesting to be sure. Oh. Oh, balls. Can she be hit here? Oh! Butt nugget! That is frustrating on so many levels. Stay alive. please. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just got lightheaded. Oh. That makes me happy. On so many levels, that makes me happy. Oh. Yes. Woo! It's because I was talking about smoked meats. That's what it is. The Force is like smoked meats. You had my attention. Awesome. Okay, so what I did, salt. Just salted the ever-living crap out of it. Went to Costco, got some tri-tip steaks. I know that it's not like a famous meat, it wasn't a ribeye, and so I was a little worried, but like out here, they're like, oh, tri-tip, it's the thing. I'm still reeling from that. Man. Let's go bounty hunters. But yeah, so like I'm trying it out. I season the meat. I do the cracked salt, and then I do cracked pepper and garlic powder, right? Let it sit there for 24 hours uncovered in my fridge. And then I throw it on. And I grill it to perfection. And guys, like, the sounds I made when I bit into that steak were absolutely inappropriate. They were delicious. It was delicious. Now, side note to that. What am I doing here? Side note to that. I've got this cheese sauce. Okay? Now, I know that blue cheese isn't everyone's favorite. I get that, and I totally understand it. Right? But I love me some blue cheese. It is delightful for me. Like, I'm a big fan. And so, what I do is I take a cup of mustard. Not mustard. What am I, crazy? A cup of mayonnaise. Or like, I think this time I took like half a cup of mayonnaise. Half a cup of... No. This time I didn't use any of that. I used a cup of mayonnaise. Or half a cup of mayonnaise. I can't even talk. Half a cup of mayonnaise. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sour sauce. Is this gonna work? Oh! Oh, I love that. Yeah, ribeye is my favorite steak, hands down. Hands down. But like when you can get like 4 pounds of meat for $20 that are like really nice, really nicely marbled, kind of hard to, it's a toss-up. Because like that's what I'm having for lunch tomorrow, is just a big effing steak. Let's see what he's got back here. He's got Mothma. Interesting. It's an interesting setup. All right. I can do this. Okay. Butter. That was the other thing. So you take 2 tablespoons of butter, like a chunk of butter. Throw it in the pan. Low heat. But that white creamy sauce that looks disgusting. Yeah, you can't beat more meat for less money. I mean, it's just, man.
Greetings, exalted one.
Thank you, Yoda Gaming, for joining me for the sub. So mayonnaise, butter, you mix it together, right? You really gotta like knead it in, like just low heat. The oils separate, and so you want them to like congeal again. 2 tablespoons of garlic, diced garlic. That's, I mean, if you don't like garlic, this is not going to be for you. Garlic or blue cheese, I mean, that's, you're going to want both of those. 2 tablespoons of garlic, right? Like the minced stuff, like the ones you get in like the big can, just chop that stuff in. Dice the ever-living crap out of some green onion. Toss it in. Take about half of one of those little tubs of blue cheese, plop it in, and then I probably used about a cup of Parmesan, right? Just shredded Parmesan. And I melted it all together, and I want to say there was black pepper in it too. I'm not entirely sure on that one. But my goodness, a mouth-watering steak with just savory blue cheese sauce. Delightful. Just amazing. Absolutely. Anyways, I'm totally off topic, but man, it's really hard to beat. Like, it's absolutely difficult to beat. All right, let's go to Rey. We're going against the bounty hunters. Resistance team. Let's do this. There's a lot of attacks. Hold on, let me think this one through. A lot of attacks. Got some stunning. We definitely want Rey and 3PO. That's the combo that kills. But I'm wondering, because this combo would be nice, if this Rey, you know, I'm gonna go here. I have him less focused, but I'm gonna go in and give it a shot, right? Really, the key is right here anyways. So that third character, not a huge... All right, yeah, we got this. This isn't going to be a problem at all. I might have been able to do this with 2, now that Rey's up to... Just the other day, like a couple weeks ago, I finally got Rey up to Relic 7. And I'm really glad that I did 4 situations like this. Like, yes, I'm going to get Old Man Luke, and I'm excited about it. I'm probably another 2 weeks away from Old Man Luke. But, like, I don't know, like, it's having a Relic 7 Rey, I think, in situations like this, super beneficial, right? Before, I used to get really nervous when I saw Relic Bosk with the Rey that I had, because she wasn't powerful enough to do much, you know? And it's upsetting when you're like, oh man, you've got one character that just defeats the team, you know? And that was the Relic 7 Bosk, you know, or even any Relic Bosk at the Rey that I had was just not good enough. So, but good to know. That worked out real well. We'll be able to use the other characters, I think, upstairs in that other event. Let's come here first order, and I'm going to do it, guys. Full murder bears. I mean, he's got... Who does he have? I can do it. I think I can do it. He doesn't have his first order executioner. Good. So I'm kind of hoping it'll come down to, I think, speed, but we'll see. Let's check it out. All right. Let's do this. Hey, come on now. No one likes you guys. Stop it. Oh, okay. There we are. Booyah! Alright, now we do some damage. Let's come over here real quick. Uh-oh. This is no bueno. Don't you do it! Don't you do it! It's nervous. I'm getting a little anxious. My murder bears are not murdering enough. Oh no! No! Oh, come on, guys. You've got to step it up. Oh, come on now. Oh. Yeah, he was gone, so I had to sacrifice. Oh, man! That is frustrating. Oh, my murder bears. I mean, not surprising. Not entirely surprised by that. But still, you know, you want it to go better. Typically, that team, if I was just a little better, if I just had my murder bears, one of them relict, probably would have done it. Or if I'd used Pablo, that may have done it too. Let's come here and let's go for the Sith. We've got lower NGOs, not super bad. Let's come here and, you know, I'm going to use this tank instead of Scion. I feel like I might need Scion later on. So I'm kind of hoping. Also, he's got that, you know, full, if he ever gets a turn. Alright, let's do this. Boom. Shakalaka. Alright, see, now I'm actually glad that I didn't use Scion. Love it. There we go. Lower them all down. Man, he's not even good. Like, that's not even, like, I think he's like gear 9, gear 10. I'm alright with that guy. Usually I have to, like, whittle this down. That worked out well. Yeah, what was he? I'm curious now. It's not going to show. Boom. No, it's not going to show. Interesting. Let's go back to First Order. Let's check out let's go Resistance. Let's use that team that we didn't use before. So let's go Finn, Old Man Han, and BB-8. I mean, this really shouldn't be an issue at all, to be honest. We'll see. Yeah. Ooh, mercy. Take that, old young Kylo Ren. Put you in your place. No one stabs Han in the chest and pushes him off. Have you guys seen that meme that it's like, Darth Maul stabbed into the chest, pushed on a reactor, comes back. The crazy weirdo who eats pie. It is always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure. Yeah, that old dude, he hits like a freaking dump truck. I am so glad that they made, that was such a frustrating thing in the beginning when they initially launched him. They didn't make him Resistance. And, I get it. I do, because he wasn't full Resistance. But, I mean, that last mission, he was as much Resistance on that last mission, where he sacrificed himself to try and save his son, which, again, heartbreaking, as he ever was, in my mind, when it came to the rebels, the rebellion. I mean, he's awesome. Love the fact that they finally made him a Resistance character. Him and Chewbacca. Great. All right, let's come up here real quick. I'm not super familiar with Mothma, and so I want to make sure that I've got everything under control before I go after Mothma. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna go bounty hunters again. Actually, you know what? This is gonna be a fun team to try. Night Sisters, right? We got Asajj. Let's throw in B2. I mean, not necessarily a great combo. Like, Asajj doesn't benefit B. Well, you know, I guess I've got those guys. I feel like that's overkill. Do I have someone else that I could use that on? Now that I'm thinking about it. Mothma? No, that Mothma ain't gonna work for me. Mothma won't fall for that. Hey, well, good luck tonight, Crazy Weirdo Eats Pie. It was good seeing you. I don't have any Zetas. So, Maul and Face, Savage, zero work put into those guys. I say zero. That's not true. But they're a duo that I haven't leveled up. Hold on. Whew. Whew. That got me. But they're a duo that I haven't leveled up, and you know, although Savage with that zombie, just a constant kill, would be interesting because he would also power up Asajj. But let's go. Let's do it though. Let's do Asajj in B2. I don't know, and at this point I'm not even. I don't really care, but I don't know why I did that. Oh, come on, man. What am I doing? Attacking the wrong guy. Oh, that was not the hit that I was looking for. I just want to like keep her healthy enough. Like, I'm wondering if I whittle them all down and then do like the mega death jumping slam that she does. Like, I feel like that might get them all at once. Oh yeah, all right. So we've got our first kill. Stay alive, Asajj. Don't you do it. Oh, you turd. Man, that. Well, you know, we gave it a shot. It clearly didn't work. Murder bears? I'm thinking. Let's do it. See, I mean, it's not the best. It's not even a little bit the best. But, you know, the llama! How are you, madam? Welcome! All buffs. Target enemy. I am doing good. So GAC has been fun tonight. We've been enjoying ourselves. For those of you who don't know, the llama is awesome. She's part of the Escape Pod cast, Always Network, and she does the oh man, Nice Sisters do not like cuddly little murder bears. That is unfortunate. I mean, who doesn't like? So first off, and I'm gonna stereotype here, and I apologize, ladies in the crowd. Now I know that Llama's here. Okay, women have a tendency to like cuddly murder bears, but the Night Sisters are not your traditional ladies. They're and this is gonna sound terrible. I've already dug myself into a hole. Way more badass. They're fighters. They're killers. They're amazing. They're wonderful. Why would they not like cuddly little bears that are also fighters, killers, and murderers? I feel like those two would love each other, but clearly they do not. So I apologize. That was super sexist. I feel maybe I don't know. But I do love my murder bears. I've actually been working on a t-shirt, and my illustrator skills are terrible. Just terrible. I've drawn it out. It's an Ewok standing on top of a pile of stormtrooper helmets. And there's like blood around his mouth, and it says, "Don't feed the murder bears." I love it. I think it's great. I put it in the shop, right? The Going Nerdy Swag store. Not for you guys. That's like, if I sell clothes or masks or anything, that's great. I know. But I do it for me. I've been wanting a Santa is a Sith t-shirt for years, but no one has decided to make one. And so what did I do? I made a freaking Santa is a Sith t-shirt. And it's awesome, right? Don't feed the murder bears. Pff, great shirt. Order 66 was an inside job. Let's face it, it totally was. That is not Star Wars conspiracy. That is Star Wars fact. That is Star Wars canon. All right, I'm all over the place. Let's go with Padme. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Feel like this will be okay. It probably won't. I'll probably lose, and that's fine. But yeah, I make these shirts for me. And you know, again, if I sell them, Ursi exist. Yeah, I don't. And here's the thing. Offending a make-believe teddy bear, I don't feel bad about. Not really. Now, if they were real, you better believe me that I would never, ever say anything even remotely close to offensive to a murder bear. Not even a little bit. I mean, that's just stupid on so many levels. You don't offend people who can eat you, or who would enjoy eating you. I mean, even better. Like, you just don't do it. That's bad. Now, we are moving down a path of crazy science, and I don't know. There's fear, obviously, that we could clone murder bears. I mean, we've already cloned sheep. We're like one step away. Yeah, because they would murder you and then eat you. And to add insult to injury, once they're done with you and they've taken all of your nutrients, they poop you out. And I mean, like, that's probably the most offensive thing about it all, right? Oh, so I don't know if it's a straight, what do you call that? Like if it's across the board, everyone has, this is the opening guild for new players, but a murder of porgs, I mean, just the coolest name. Like, I started a new account, right? And you guys know, so Stormtrooper Stan on Twitch asks, and I'll open this to the audience in all channels, so YouTube, Twitch, whoever's wondering. He said, I just started streaming and was wondering if you'd recommend the Hyperdrive bundle. That is a loaded question. And there's a lot of different responses. Leia Poppins. That the people would buy that. Give her an umbrella. People would totally buy that. So the hyperdrive bundle is great if you're gonna stream, if you're gonna make videos, and you do want a leg up. It does. I mean, it helps. It's a great purchase. And as far as the value goes, I want to say if you go over to Warriors videos, I think it was when he came back, he made a video about whether or not the hyperdrive bundle was worth it, and he breaks down the cost if you were to buy everything separately, and that one specifically is totally worth your money. It is $100, at least American dollars. I don't know what it is wherever you are, if you're in the US or whatever. I think there is some change. There's some exchange rates that don't rightly equal out that I've heard. I don't know if they fixed that, but that used to be the case. I know in Asia, Pacific Island area, that was a problem. I think in Australia, it was more costly to buy the stuff there than it is here in the US. Not sure if they've fixed that though, so I have no idea. It doesn't come with certain characters, so be aware of that. Like the whole Mando crew doesn't come with any of them. They're easy to farm. And I think I've put out a Mando farming guide, or I know I'm working on one. I don't know. It's been weird. But it really just depends, to be honest. I mean, if you're gonna do it, if you're in the US, everything you spend you can write off on taxes. So that's what I do. You know, I built a computer. Like I'm in for 2020. I'm actually in the red still. I didn't make as much from my channel as I did from the money that I put into it. But I bought a bunch of crap. I built a computer. You know, whatever. Was it worth it? For me, absolutely. I mean, I have a cool computer. I bought stuff that I was going to buy anyways, you know, and I made videos and had fun doing it. So for me, absolutely, it would be worth it. If I were to start streaming at the same time, for me. But you got to look at your finances, man. It's all up to you. So hopefully that helps, Stormtrooper Stan. Back to Darth Jills over on YouTube. I do love the idea of Leia Poppins. That's going to be something I'm going to have to look into making. Because you're right, everyone. That's a cool shirt. Actually, what's funny with the so I as a teacher, I teach English, and I focus a lot on writing and how to write effectively, communicate effectively. I know I'm not the greatest communicator. My wife definitely knows that. But one of the things that here, let's go down here real quick before I totally space off. I teach middle school, and so I teach kids how to write paragraphs. Like we start with that, and then we kind of build upon it, and it's it's fun. I love my job. I love my job, guys. It is second. Being a dad is hands down like the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. Being a teacher and kind of like working with kids, I mean, it's up there. I mean, it's like maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't know. There's a lot of really cool things. This is overkill. First order would be total overkill for this. Bounty hunters. Let's do this. I haven't attacked these guys yet, so let's actually jump over to scoundrels. Let's see who we got. But anyways, so I teach kids how to write paragraphs and whatnot, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy the absolute crap out of it. But one of the things that I do is I I just recently I taught him how to write a paragraph using the term murder bear, and so I came up with an argument on why Ewoks should be called murder bears, and I spent almost an entire class talking about why Ewoks should be called murder bears, and like I had these like 7th graders looking at me like I was an idiot, and it was hilarious. Like, it was the funniest thing. Come on, you gotta get him. Get him! Get him! Oh, man. So Scoundrels was a terrible idea for this. Or maybe the Scoundrel team that I used. I'd buy 4 for sure. Alright, I'll hold you to that. I'm just kidding. Alright. So, maybe this wasn't overkill. Let's see who else I got. I don't want to use my best if I'm going to need them later. Right? That's the concern I've got. Let's go back up. Let's jump up here and let's come back to these guys. I have a feeling that I'm going to need... Let's just jump into it. First order, 501st. First order. 501st. Let's see what we got. I mean, I don't go up against Jedi Luke very often, and by that I mean I never do, ever. So we'll see. Oh, you suck. Woo! This was not a good team. I totally should have used these against. We need good, unwholesome people teaching our kids. Yeah, I think so. I've got to say, on a side note, tomorrow, tomorrow I'm doing my very first Dungeons and Dragons club. Like, I teach creative writing, and I use like Dungeons and Dragons character sheets. I've used them for years. I use like Dungeons and Dragons videos to create like maps and like help kids create their whole fantasy storyline and whatnot. It's a lot of fun, tons of fun. And so, like my librarian and me were talking about it. We're like, man, you know, it'd be cool to get like Dungeons and Dragons group going. And she's like, yeah, it really would be. And I was like, I'm gonna give that a shot, you know, because like she's got some books in the library. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go give that a try. And I was curious. I just asked a bunch of the kids in my class. I was like, would anyone be interested? And I had like 15 kids in just one class. Be like, yeah, that'd be great. I mean, it was a creative writing class. The kids are, you know, that mindset anyways, and so, you know. And so then I put it on like I've got just a big window that I write on outside to, you know, let kids know what's going on and stuff. And so I wrote on my outside window like, hey, anyone who's interested, D&D game Thursday, such and such time. And like I had random kids just walking in. They're like, can anyone show up? Can anyone play D&D? And I was like, yeah, I don't care. So tomorrow's my first D&D game. We're gonna make characters. We're gonna figure out who can be a dungeon master. I don't know if I can do it because I'd murder everyone or give everyone unjustifiably awesome points. And it would be too crazy, I think. But we'll see. Okay, so here's what we need. We need someone like Vader. Probably not going to be super effective, but it's that being able to attack outside of everything. So Darth Jill is over on YouTube says that Dave Filoni is the chosen one. Dave Filoni is the chosen one. I mean, so with all the rumors going around Star Wars right now, I gotta say the one thing, like I'm trying to take everything with a grain of salt. Someone introduced me the other day to Doomcock, the other I forget his name, Victor Van Doomcock. He's got a YouTube channel, really interesting, a lot of fun. But a lot of people right now are talking about I played this terribly. About like kind of the feud that's going on with Kathleen Kennedy and the boys with the Mandalorian. And my hope beyond hope is that they're wrong, right? But like I look at what's being done, and I can totally see, like, if I were Kathleen Kennedy, like if I were to put myself in Kathleen Kennedy's shoes, and I spent 10 years, like 8 years creating stuff, and these two guys come over and blow everything that I've worked for out of the water in terms of popularity. Like, Filoni and Favreau haven't done anything that has, I don't know, like, that has, like, undone the sequel trilogy. They haven't. Like, there's nothing that they've done that negatively impacts the sequel trilogy, outside of the fact that the work that they've done is being way better received than the sequel trilogy, right? And so, like, outside of that, let's try this for the, hold on, let me make sure I'm going up against the right characters. Night Sisters, I'm gonna pull in the Scoundrels, and I'm gonna pull in, you know, Legendary Event Mando, right? See what we got there. But like outside of that, like, they haven't done anything that's, you know, I don't know, Quill and IG are the ones that worked best together. Like, they haven't done anything that's been, like, that's undone episode 7, 8, 9, right? They haven't. But again, it comes down to their work is way more beloved than 7, 8, 9. It just is, right? And that's I could see from her perspective, I could see being upset, you know. And again, Hollywood, you got people with egos and frustration. I get that. I get all of that. And so, you know, and I try to think the best of people. My big frustration with Kathleen Kennedy was, like, looking over at the what do you call that Investors Day video. Like, she was not excited at all about everything that they're doing right now. Like, there was zero enthusiasm in my mind for that. And I just sit back and I'm like, you're head of Lucasfilm. I mean, you're in charge of Star Wars right now, lady. Be happy. I mean, be excited. Yeah, and you know, like, enjoy what you're doing. I don't know, like, it felt like it lacked enthusiasm, you know. And again, like, I'm hoping that they bring it all together, you know. Like, I like Rey, I do. Like, I absolutely like the character of Rey. I think she's a cool character. I just think she wasn't explored, right? And they haven't done that because fans don't care enough about Rey to jump into it, right? Now, had they spent 3 years, you know, or that time, instead of building up a new High Republic, which, a cool concept, it really is, guys. At least for me, I think it's a really cool idea to span the gap between what led up to the Empire, right, and the fall of the Republic. I think that's a really cool idea, but give us more, right? Yeah, Give us more. He did take. She has taken it in kind of a crazy direction. Now, Luke is the Force. The story is about the Skywalkers and their interaction with the Force. It just is, in my mind. And so to cut Luke out. Now, whatever they do with Luke between now and whatever Filoni does with Luke between now and the sequel trilogy, I think is going to have a huge impact on the show. To me, the great thing about this is they have an opportunity to do what Kathleen Kennedy didn't, and that is tell a good story about the New Republic. She didn't. She just didn't do it. And if they I think if they stay true to Dark Jilla says, if they stay true to George's philosophy, I think that when he says, I think when I heard Dave talk about Luke and Anakin's and him loving his father in the making of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, that showed me that Dave gets it. And he does. Dave is a fan. And he was a fan before he started working. Same with John. Jon Favreau is a fan of the show. He's a fan of the lore. Jon Favreau has been in Star Wars. Like, he was Paz Vizsla. He was an actor in Star Wars before he was making The Mandalorian. And I love that. Love that. Oh, okay. Bounty hunters, rebels, Night Sisters, Jawas. No, my Jawas suck. There's no way that I'm actually going to win this battle here. But for kicks and giggles. I always get the Jawas confused. I guess I'm Jawaist. And I always put the wrong Jawas in. That's not the right one. No, Dachka is a Dachka. Nope. That's his leader. No, it's not Dachka. Jawa Scavenger. Unique. There we are. Scavenger. Who is this guy? Jawa? No. Let's do it. I'm hoping to take out one of those two. One of those two, Biggs or Wedge. Oh! Oh! Oh, but he brought him back. Well, that sucks. Oh my goodness! That was awesome! Did you see my Jawas? They're terrible. Okay. I mean, no, I can't. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to risk it again. 2 versus 1. 2 versus 1. No, I gotta say though, guys, I'm super stoked to see what happens. Like I am absolutely excited for this. Now, I gotta say, and I know that I always get myself worked up, and I say to myself, well, I won't believe that this is what it is, or I won't. I put my own ideas in my mind, and I think they're better than everyone else's, just like. You know, like, hey, it'd be awesome if it did this, and I buy into it. And I'm like, this is what I want, right? But here's my thought, okay? Rey is a Skywalker in the same way that Anakin is a Skywalker, okay? Follow me on this, okay? I've already lost like half of you, and that's right. Palpatine impregnated Shmi. He got busy via the Force and put a baby in her. And that turned out to be Anakin Skywalker. So, in that sense, Anakin is a Palpatine. That's, I mean, it's changing it a little bit, but it's only like words, right? It's semantics, right? Yes, he's a Skywalker, clearly a Skywalker, right? But if she wasn't Shmi Skywalker, if she was Shmi Smith, he'd be Anakin Smith, right? Same concept. Palpatine is Anakin's illegitimate daddy, right? Who am I going up against? So Palpatine here. Let's do. You know what? My lesser Jedi, and I only use that term because they're not built up. They don't get much love. So let's do this and Ace. Why not? Right? Oh crap. Wrong button. So Kenobi, we know. So jump forward 30 years. Whatever, right? We know Kenobi falls in love with Duchess Satine, right? There's an episode in the Clone Wars where Duchess Satine is like, "Oh, hey, by the way, this is my son who's looks just like your master Kenobi. He doesn't know about him, so don't bring it up," right? Okay. That son, later, he survives the Clone Wars. I actually have no idea if this is even possible because I don't know what happened to that kid. But if that son survives the Clone Wars, he gets married. While he's married, his wife gets pregnant. No big deal. Nope, not a problem. All of a sudden, Palpatine sends one of those like weird red hooded robots and is like, "Hey, that's not your kid." Right? They test his midichlorians. Boom, off the charts. "Oh, it's a girl. But we've already named her. We're gonna call her Rey because she's a ray of sunshine." Whatever. But really, she's a ray of darkness because she is the daughter of Palpatine, just like Anakin was. Now, I think that's a great theory. Is it true? Probably not. But that way, like, think about what that would do to the fandom. One, it would make, like, the story of Rey that much cooler. It would please when I say every, hyperbole much. It would please the Kenobi fans, right? The fact that we have a Kenobi, it would give us a story in Kenobi, the TV show, to follow. It would connect the sequel trilogy, everything, and it would be so good, right? Because then it would add just one additional level of, or layer to the mentor-mentee relationship that was Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. Which, again, father-son, brothers. Kenobi went through the same thing with Satine that Anakin went through with Padme. Anakin took the dark side, Kenobi took the light side. Just would be amazing. Filoni, if you guys are watching, which you're probably not, at least you can't tell people that you are. I know that you're watching. Do it! It's perfect. It appeases Kennedy, or maybe it pisses her off even more. I have no idea. But what it does is it takes that section and says, boom, it bridges everything. And it tells the story that she didn't. And by she, I mean Kathleen Kennedy. Because everything went crazy. I think it's amazing. But again, I've been disappointed before. That's my favorite theory. And I'll stop ranting about that, but my goodness, how cool would that be? Okay, Let's go Sith. Jedi? But the problem is we need legit Jedi. Let's go Sith for now. There's a lot of shocking going. I feel like this could work. Give me a second. I'm going to step away. I've got a heater on over here. It's one of those like fireplaces, like an electric, and it is burning me alive. It's so hot down here in my basement, which it shouldn't be. I don't know. Like, short story. I'm really excited for what happens next. You know? Oh. Now, Paul on YouTube says that Kenobi didn't feel like someone who would go against the Jedi Order. Now, you're right. You're right. But here's the thing. Kenobi is a very complex character. Kenobi was that way because his master did. Kenobi saw Qui-Gon Jinn's actions as, and I mean, we see that in a lot of the discussions in the film, but we see a lot more in the books. In the book, and I gotta say this, guys, if you've never read a Star Wars book, if you've never listened to a Star Wars book, you're absolutely missing out. But if you're a reader, and I know that not everyone likes to listen, but I mean, I do, I enjoy it. But if you are if you want a good book to read or listen to, Master and Apprentice. It is the story of Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi on like a secret mission. Not a secret mission, it's a diplomatic mission. And it's one of the first missions together. They've been doing some stuff, and it's like Qui-Gon is having trouble with connecting with Kenobi, right? And Kenobi, before he was with Qui-Gon, did break rules, but he would the Jedi gave Qui-Gon, and I believe this was the case. The Jedi gave Qui-Gon Kenobi so that he could like, they were like, oh, well, if you have this guy, maybe you'll mellow out a little bit, and it didn't happen. Kenobi was like, or Qui-Gon's like, I'm gonna still be me, I am me, I'm doing my thing. And it's like, it's this really cool story, but it explains why Kenobi was the way that he was, right? Why he was so adamant that his master be better, right? He's like, well, you could be on the council. You could be like Qui-Gon could have been the Grand Master, like the Jedi Grand Master, after Yoda. Pending he survived and Yoda died, but like, he was like that good. I'm wondering, side note, I'm doing this. This is gonna backfire. I'm 100% sure of it. Ooh, it didn't necessarily. Tyler Sayre likes the stream. Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure. Tyler, I'm going to tell you guys a story about Tyler. Tyler is probably one of the best, nicest people I've ever met. Plus, he's in my guild and he's awesome. Tyler is from a town in Oklahoma, and my dad is from Oklahoma. And I told my dad, I've told my brothers for years, I was like, you know what, the one thing that I always want to do for Dad before he dies, because he lives in Texas, I was like, I want to get my dad a jar of dirt, but a dirt from Oklahoma, right? And that way he can always have Oklahoma with him, right? I'm like, that's a really thoughtful gift. Cool, right? But I don't ever go to Oklahoma. I don't. Like, I moved from Texas, and like all of my chances to go to Oklahoma, they're gone, right? And like they're gone. And so like one day, like he and I are working together, and like I in passing tell him that, and like he tells his family who are coming up to visit him that like, hey, this is weird guy that I work with who wants a jar of dirt from Oklahoma. They brought me up dirt. Like in this, I mean, it was a really cool mason jar. And I mean, it was just a mason jar, but like, it was a jar full of dirt. And like, when I gave it to my dad, like legit almost started crying. It was so cool. And now, like, if you go to his office back in Houston, he's got this jar of dirt just kicking it there. It is so cool. Now, yes, Paul over on YouTube brings up, he's like, Qui-Gon was more like how the Jedi were supposed to be, right? The Jedi were supposed to be connected to the Force, one with the Force, but and guided by it, right? But, and this is the thing, and this is why I think there's a lot of potential with the High Republic. The High Republic has to get people to be pissed off at the Jedi. I mean, yes, there's going to be, that sounds terrible, but there's got to be people in the High Republic who make such bad choices that they bring the Jedi down, right? Because they have to get to a point where the Jedi, nice. Be careful, Darth Gillis. He says he's driving through the snow listening to the stream. Like, the Jedi, like, they become blinded by who they are. And that's something that the High Republic has to show. Their fall into, what's the word? Pomposity is not the right word. They fall into like arrogance. They have to believe themselves so powerful that nothing can. This team is not powerful enough. Just as a side note, for anyone who's not listening but watching, I don't have enough attack power. Like, they have to believe themselves so powerful that they become blinded by it, right? And that's, I mean, if you want arrogance and you want the Jedi to become more arrogant, give it to Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, that sounds terrible, but I mean, do it, you know? Oh, this might work. Can I get another attack? Oh, okay. Just down to Master Luke. I don't even know how to kill just a straight Master Luke. I don't know, like, send an old Ben against him and, you know, make him use the Force too much. I don't know. Let's hope he doesn't find any blue milk. That would suck. But like, no, I like, again, the High Republic has to be, it has to show their arrogance. It absolutely does. Because they have to fall, right? Now, granted, there's going to be people in that fall who will see through it, right? They have to see through what is happening, right? They have to see through the arrogance of the Jedi and make changes. Now, there is a character, I forget his name right now, who I feel like has that potential. Now, this is also what has to happen in the High Republic. You have to have characters, Jedi, who fall. Maybe not fall to the dark side, but definitely fall to... why am I not allowed to click on that? But definitely fall to away from the Jedi, right? They have to be and influence a generation of people like Qui-Gon Jinn, like Count Dooku. That's what they have to do, right? And I think the High Republic is 100 years before the Republic. right? It's like the tail end of the High Republic. And I don't know, like, I think there's a lot of potential here with this. I really do. And so, like, that's why I'm giving it a shot. That's why I think that this is a really good move for them, because it doesn't necessarily mess with the Old Republic. It doesn't necessarily, and again, this will all depend on what they do with it. Doesn't necessarily mess with the new stuff that Kennedy did. It doesn't mess with the prequels or the originals. I mean, all of that is left undisturbed. Again, potentially, but there's a lot of potential here, right? You can introduce new characters, new concepts. I mean, let's face it though, guys. The main bad guys are called the Nihil. I mean, Star Wars names aren't always super clever. They're not. I hope we can all agree on that. The Nihil, Nihilus, Darth Nihilus. There's got to be a connection. I mean, it would almost be stupid if there wasn't. Like, it really, I'd be disappointed if there wasn't a connection. Maybe there will be, maybe there won't. Now's the time to throw the entire kitchen sink at this team. No. Let's do this. I'm gonna lose. I'm sure I am, but who knows? But yeah, like, I think there's so much potential here. Have I ever listened to Star Wars Lo-Fi on YouTube? Yes, I have. I really enjoy it. Star Wars Meg came up with one, and I played it in class the other day, and it was a lot of fun. My students came in, they were like, "Are you I'll have to listen to it." They were like coming in, they're like, "Are you listening to Star Wars music?" And I was like, "You dang right I am, because it's awesome." But yeah, like, there's a lot of potential in this stuff, and I'm really excited for it. I'm stoked to see where let's do Rebels. I mean, who do I have with Rebels? Like, I'm stoked to see where all of these new canon things go. Oh, that's terrible. I mean, there's just so much potential. Let's do this. I don't think this is gonna work. And here's the thing. Paul points out, he says, I don't think I'm gonna waste my money. And that's the thing. Don't. Don't. Go on to Audible and sign up for a free Audible account. Go to your local library. Go to anywhere on the internet that you may be able to procure the stories. I'm not encouraging you to do anything illegal, but look into it. It's not a lot of the stuff that I've seen. Now, I haven't spent a ton of time looking at the reviews just yet. I wanted to inform myself first before I went into it, and that's definitely something that I think you should do. But read an excerpt. If you go on to Audible, you can listen to like a chapter or something like that. If you go on to Amazon, same concept. You can read an excerpt from it. I will say that it did take me a while to get into The Light of the Jedi. It is an interesting book. A Test of Courage is the one that a lot of people are freaking out about. It's the one by Justina Ireland, and she's the one who's said racial things, or she's pissed a lot of people off. She really has. I don't even know what she said, but she's pissed a lot of people off. That book, there's no social justice warriorness in it. Outside of the normal, we're Jedi and we're meant to be good people. That's it. That's absolutely it. With the Light of the Jedi, I can see maybe a little more. But even still, it's done in a way that the Jedi would do it in that way, right? And that's the key. Like, it's not done in such a way that, like, it feels off or it feels wrong. If you want to see it, you're going to see it, and it's there in the Light of the Jedi. But you have to be looking for it, you know? At least for me, that's my takeaway. It's not as bad as a lot of people are saying. Now, I will say, the Light of the Jedi, not even top 8 books. I don't know why I said 8. That's a weird number. It's okay. Like, it's an okay book. It's not amazing. There are definitely some fun moments in it that I really enjoyed. But there wasn't like oh, this is so good. I didn't leave thinking I need to reread this. I've reread Thrawn, the original, not the original, the original new canon Thrawn. So like the first book in the Thrawn. Oh, he just destroyed the Wampa. I read the original. I've read the original Thrawn book. I've read the comic. I've read the what do you call it? The crap, I can't even think. I've read the book twice. I've listened to the book 3 freaking times. I love that book. It's amazing. I love the audiobook. It's amazing. It's so good. Like, I've read Alliances twice. I've read Treason twice. Or I've listened to Alliances twice. I've listened to Treason twice. I have them all here. Let's see. Thrawn, the new one, Ascendancy, Chaos Rising. Amazing. Twice. Listen to it. I have the physical copy. I am stoked beyond all get out to see Thrawn, whatever, the greater good. So excited for that. So excited to see where they go with Thrawn in the Star Wars universe, right? It's so good. That being said, the Light of the Jedi isn't that. This new High Republic is not yet there. I do want to go back and listen to or read. I read it the first time. I'm going to listen to it this time. A New Dawn. Now, A New Dawn was the Star Wars book that relaunched canon. It was the first book, and it introduces Hera Syndulla and Kanan Jarrus before their Hera and Kanan. It has a lot of different things, and I remember people being really upset with it when it came out. I remember enjoying it, right? I remember having fun with it. I'm gonna do this. I don't think it's gonna work. But let's see, where's the one? It's good. It's a solid book. It's an interesting book. And one of the things that has me so interested about it is the fact that it started a new canon. And this is the start of a new canon. And I'm very curious to see how they compare. Because it's the Kathleen Kennedy storyline. But again, it's Kanan and Hera, which a lot of, like, guys, we bash Kathleen Kennedy, we do, but there is good that has come from her reign of terror, right? Just like the Emperor. This is how nerdy I am. I'm gonna make a metaphor using Star Wars. Just like the Emperor, there were good things that came from the Empire, right? Thrawn, right? I mean, there was peace that was brought. Under Kathleen Kennedy, they're still good, right? Rebels took place. Resistance took place. Not great. Resistance was terrible. Cool concept, and for the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes game, there's a lot of potential there. But a lot of cool things happened. I mean, could they have happened? Would they have happened had Kathleen Kennedy not stepped into the role? Maybe. I mean, and maybe Rebels was always on the deck, right? But I don't know. Like, I don't think that it was. But I just don't know. Let's try droids real quick. Oh, this is why I need to get T3 and 4 up. Situations like this. Ooh! Whew! Luke does not like droids anymore. He is unhappy. Just unhappy with that. But you're right. And there are some things that are... There's a lot that is to be desired in the Kathleen Kennedy storyline. I will say, just like the comics before, the comics now are amazing. If you guys aren't reading the comics, you probably should be. There's a lot of really good ones out there. Let's jump over to the bounty hunters. I have no idea if this is going to work. Ooh. He can't be stunned, though, can he? Yeah, and I think you're right. Dark Jills points out he thinks that Dave probably didn't have a lot to do with Resistance, even though he was the, I think, executive producer. It was underwhelming. It was not... It was another missed opportunity. Just like the sequel trilogy is a missed opportunity, Resistance was a missed opportunity. Like, everything so far in the sequel trilogy has been slightly underwhelming. I'm going to point this out. I have love for Rey, Finn, and Poe. They are great characters who can be developed to a point that will be amazing. They don't have to completely scrap the sequel trilogy to make those characters good, to make those characters, to build them. They just need to insert things. The rumor that I heard from Doomcock, Victor von Doomcock, I don't know, but anyways, on his video was that they're going to take the sequel trilogy and turn them into a TV series, using additional footage that has been shot, or that was shot, that they just left on the cutting room floor. Now, if that's the case, like, there's a lot of potential that they could really develop these characters. It may come down, guys, that we love Rose Tico after this. Maybe. But again, lost potential. Like, yeah, Snoke. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that didn't work at all. They could have done anything with Snoke, and it would have been better than what they did with him. And that's so unfortunate, because Snoke was so menacing in episode 7. And then in episode 8, yeah, absolutely menacing. But no, nothing. It's so frustrating. But I don't know, guys. I do think there's a lot of potential. And I'm excited. Yeah, Solo was not a bad movie. Solo's box office performance was reactionary to episode 8. That's what it comes down to. That's all it was. Solo, people were just really pissed off about episode 8, and that's why it tanked. Had they done once every year, I think people, like, every other year, like a sequel film every other year, and Solo you know, instead of being 6 months after 8, it was a full year after 8, I think people would have been super happy with, maybe not super happy. I don't think it would have tanked as hard as it did. Solo really isn't a bad movie. It's not the greatest, but it's fun. It's enjoyable. The only thing that, like, when I think of Solo that bugs me is where they're on Kessel and Kira is trying to get everyone on this ship. And this is going to sound stupid. And you're like, that's the dumbest thing to be upset by. Kira, she's like, she stands up. She's getting down. I gotta pull my pants up. She's like, come on. It was weird. I laughed at that moment. I love her. What's her name? The actress. Khaleesi. She's a great actress. Right? I got no problem with her. That was the one thing that bothered me. And when I think about it, I'm like, why? That was dumb. And, yeah. Ron Howard should have made the Return of the Skywalker into 2 movies. I've said this before. Episode 7 and Episode 8. Episode 8 is just Episode 7.5. It is. It should have been the extended cut. That's it. That's all it is. Episodes 7 and 8 are the same movie. It's just extended. It's a 6-hour film, more or less. And as a 6-hour film, it works. Like, it absolutely works. Emilia Clarke, thank you. Great actress. And that's the thing. No problem with these actors. They did a fine job. Right? They absolutely did. It's the story. And if you don't start with a good story, you're gonna struggle. Right? Guys, I'm gonna play this out this last time, but I'm gonna wrap it up here. I've been going for almost 2 hours, and I need to get some sleep before the morning comes. But guys, I absolutely think that, first off, as we finish up here, there's so much potential within the Star Wars universe, and if you are on the fence, or if you straight don't want to check out the new High Republic stuff, I don't blame you. I 100% don't blame you. With everything that's been going on, with everything that's been said, I get it. I would suggest, however, going to your library, picking it up, if your library does a digital download, try it out. Right? Don't pay for it. Don't pay for it. Like, it's definitely not one that that I would recommend saying, yeah, put this on your list. You've got to have it. It's interesting for sure, but it's definitely one that I would say be cautious about. But don't knock it just yet. Let it develop a little bit, and that is my big fear, is if they develop it to a point where it's all over the place, then yeah, I am concerned too. Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop now, because friggin' Luke, he's going to kill me. Now it's likely that Sekoric or whatever is just going to run through all of these characters. So whatever. But as I finish up, guys, let me just show you real quick my roster, where I'm at, what I'm farming. Let me take this. Woohoo! Take that package real quick. So this is my roster, right? I'm keeping Clone Sergeant up here just because this way I have a way to farm stuff easier, right? Plus, I want Clone Sergeant to be Relic 5 eventually. Not yet. Kenobi, so close. I'm 2 away from Kenobi. I'm a couple levels away from Wedge. But after I'm done, I'm actually really excited about this. I'm going to go full bore on Mon Mothma and Chewie. I'm going to focus a little less on my relics. I'm going to be farming them slowly, but I'm not going to be spending crystals on them. It will be all crystals, all focused for Mothma and Chupio. Very stoked for those two. But in the meantime, as I'm farming up these relics, once I get Kenobi, I'll start getting him to where he needs to be. Relic 5, same thing with Wedge. Relic 3. But as far as my relics go, this is where my next relic is headed. General Skywalker. I'm going to get him to Relic 7 because he needs to be. Then I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at my top 80 and figure out which characters need to be where. Which characters need to be buffed, which characters need to be raised. I did get Boba to Relic 2. He'll be Relic 3 here in a bit. No, I was about to do it. That's tempting, but no, not yet. But then I'm going to look at my top 80, and I'm going to see where I'm at, right? I am going up against these characters that I'm just struggling against. And, you know, I don't mind throwing my whole kitchen sink at them. I don't care about that at all. But I want to defeat from time to time the characters that I want. After this, tonight showed me that maybe those Jawas might need some love. The Ewoks might need some love. I'm really debating on where my focus will lie hereafter. I do think new information is going to be dropping in the next couple of days. So keep an eye out for that. When it does, I'll do a video on breaking news and stuff. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. I always love talking Star Wars. It's so much fun. I got it carried away with myself, an hour and 45 minutes. That's ridiculous. That's one of my longest streams. But thank you for joining me, guys. Links in the section below. I'm starting to put links to my Funko Pops. I say my Funko Pops. Check out Amazon. I've got these Funko Pop links of the latest ones that I'm getting. Some really cool ones out there. If you buy one, great. If you don't, go to the link. If you're going to buy anything from Amazon, follow that link. You help out the channel. Audible. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. If you've never tried Audible, do it. It is so worth it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'll be probably downloading, what's it called tonight? One month, 2 free books of your choice across all of their entire library. 2 free books for 1 month. Okay. But then there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of additional books that you can get for free on Audible. Give it a shot. If you don't want to try the High Republic, don't. I'm not going to twist your arm. Don't do it. It's not for everybody. Absolutely. I'm still reserved. But Thrawn? Oh my gosh. Do it for Thrawn. It is worth it for Thrawn, guys. Those books are great. It's wonderful. I can't even say enough. I can't praise him enough. I don't want him to be the main bad guy of the Filoni-verse. But man, if he is, it's going to be wonderful. Anyways, additionally, Going Nerdy Swag Store. And I think I've been putting my Discord in the links below. Join us. I try to get on there as often as possible. But it's kind of dead in my Discord, though, guys. Anyways, thank you for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, leave them in the link below. Comment in the section below. I'm actually going to take a section of what we talked about tonight and put it as its own video. Just because I think there's a lot that I think was really good about it. So hopefully you guys had a great night. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of the week. Stay safe out there. Don't text and drive. For those of you specifically driving in the snow. Be nice to people, right? There's so much great things in the world. And there's a lot of good Star Wars stuff coming. I firmly believe that. But as always, this has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Like, subscribe, share, click the notification button to be told when new videos are posting. And as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.